Sale now. Duraflat latex is just $11.98 a gallon. And for a tough finish inside or out, spread floor latex enamel is just $13.99 a gallon. Save on quality Glidden paints from Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Auto Glass Specialists.
We're in your hometown Yellow Pages, Auto Glass Specialists.
We're the guys in the little red trucks.
On the bird in 10 minutes.
Exclusive, they're going to take us inside.
They are racing across the country at breakneck speeds, causing accidents, injuries, and deaths, and no one is stopping them. Why? They're cops, speeding for no good reason, and they think they're above the law.
Are you on patrol? Are you on your way home? Or on the way home, but I got to go to school at 6 o'clock. You go to school at 6 o'clock?
Today, Steve Wilson wants to know what will it take to stop them.
3, 2, 1.
Just go in, find out where they're at, grab them, and come back.
They are making a plan to abduct 2 kids, but these people aren't kidnappers. They are the parents of stolen children.
There he is. Let me get him.
Go, get him.
Inside a daring international raid to rescue stolen kids.
Swift is in. Chicago, we're coming to you first.
Audio check, 1, 2.
Then to L.A.
The few friends that I have in Hollywood, they always say that the one question they're asked about me is she crazy?
Waves of gossip seem to follow sexy Sean Young wherever she goes, even on a fantasy island.
Hi, Mom.
Nancy Glass and Sean Young explore one of the most exclusive island paradises in the world.
Stand by.
Welcome to Inside Edition. We're glad you joined us. I'm Nancy Glass. Bill O'Reilly is on assignment. A little later, you'll meet a man whose baby was kidnapped and go with him to rescue stolen children. Also, it's the island where Princess Di goes to hide, a vacation spot that costs $35,000 a week. But first, for months we have been investigating cops breaking the law. Last fall, Steve Wilson and our undercover cameras exposed police speeding on the highways, flagrantly violating the law. They weren't on an emergency call, they were just in a hurry. The question is, are the police above the law? Here's the latest Steve has uncovered.
Here we go. Most people assume when you see this on the road, you're seeing a police officer rushing to a life or death emergency. But remember what we found in South Florida late last year?
You on duty?
I have nothing to say, okay?
You know how fast you were going on,
Thank you, sir.
on the interstate?
Off-duty officer Pete Lawrence was doing 86, headed for the grocery store. And we caught Broward County Sheriff's Deputy Jack Castellaneta racing through a residential area at 74, just heading home at the end of his shift.
It's your word against mine, okay? And I wasn't going that fast.
No matter how many times we tried,
86 on the interstate is what we clocked.
none of the cops we caught would talk about their own driving. And instead of concern, their colleagues seemed more inclined to cover up.
Now, that's the end of this conversation.
Are you not
with
concerned?
you and me.
Are you not
Well, Acting Sergeant Mike Regan is back to patrolling a beat. And Officer Lawrence is appealing his written reprimand and loss of his patrol car off duty. Oh, he admits he was speeding, but only to clean the carbon out of his engine.
The federal government has in its...
In New York, Governor Mario Cuomo's state police commander refuses to tell if there's been any effort to put the brakes on speeding troopers like those we caught last time. But we can tell you this, there's been another traffic tragedy involving a trooper. Not long after our last report, Tom Sauter's wife and 3 children laid him to rest after a trooper smashed into the minivan Tom was driving. The night it happened, cops said the trooper was not speeding. A month later, they put out a news release making the same claim. But they've yet to release any detailed accident reports, and based on what we've seen, an expert says it's likely the trooper was speeding.
Once they put on a uniform, they feel that they're above the law.
When Bob Feldman's wife was hit by a trooper, state police officials said that officer wasn't speeding either. Later, they admitted he was flying at 91 miles an hour. He lost his paycheck for 30 days. She lost her life. And further upstate in New York, when Trooper Robin Pedix sped into another car, killing 3, it took a local public outcry before her commanders even wrote her a ticket for speeding.
The law is the same in the state of New York as it relates to you or I or any individual, be he or she police officer or citizen in the community.
And her punishment? A $50 fine. She's since left the force, and she still swears she wasn't speeding.
So on TV a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we've been on TV doing this before, and now we're back. What's going on?
Broward County deputies know we've done this before, but they also know their colleague we caught last time got off with nothing more than verbal counseling.
That's what the discipline was in this case. The word was sent out by the colonel, by the sheriff. He does not want that to happen.
But if the sheriff is serious, he better start looking for some way to get his own lawmen to obey the laws the rest of us are expected to follow. Because in less than 2 days, we spotted deputy after deputy like Bruce Meisenberg still driving dangerously like they're above the law.
He came up behind us so fast we couldn't get a lock on him. We couldn't get a lock on him when he passed us and go through traffic to get off his exit.
Tom Frank was clocking the cops for us again near Fort Lauderdale, and we did clock him speeding through his own neighborhood just heading home.
I don't remember because I saw his camera the whole time.
Yeah, it's not a camera. What is it? It's a radar gun. Clocked you at 60. Are you on patrol? Are you on your way home? Or
On the way home, but I go to school at 6 o'clock.
you go to school at 6 o'clock? Now it's about 10 minutes till. Are you late? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
There goes another one flying through a construction zone and running that stop sign near a neighborhood park on his way home.
Well, I don't know if do you have, are you registered to do speed checks on people? Are you calibrated and all this stuff, and you have radar and all this stuff?
Yes, sir.
Well,
all of this stuff.
Well,
That's how we clocked him on the highway at 86 miles an hour.
How fast did you think you were going?
probably about 70, maybe.
Well, the speed limit's 55.
Well, sir, you're on my property now. You're trespassing. Can you please leave?
You know how fast you were driving?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how fast you drive.
Have a nice day.
We clocked him at 80 miles an hour as he passed us. We followed him off the road, turned off onto a side road where the speed limit was 45, and we clocked him at 65 in a 45 zone.
Do you always drive like that? Is that,
So you're not talking about me, so have a nice day.
Listen, there's no doubt who was driving the vehicle.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We clocked Deputy Muller here at 67 on the highway, and then...
We got him again going 67. He must like that speed. This time in a 45 zone. And he pulled away, and he was going well over 70 when we lost track of him on the radar because he was too far in front of us in a residential area.
In addition to his own child, his neighborhood is full of children.
While on the highway, 67 or 70 may not be particularly dangerous, in a residential area, it sure is.
But if all of them were racing, this cop would be the winner.
91?
Impossible. As he went in front of us, we switched antennas from the rear antenna to the front antenna, and he accelerated from 81 to 86 to 91 before he crested a hill and disappeared.
We have it on camera.
No chance.
Really?
Really?
And where was he headed in such a rush? Just to the gun range for target practice.
Well, we got the car number, we got the plate number, we got the back of your head, and I don't think there's much question about it.
Well, I say I wasn't doing any work.
Back up in New York now, the first trooper we spotted this time was doing 79 before he spotted us. Slowed down to see our radar, and then ran so fast we couldn't safely catch him. Then they started catching us, stopping our radar car not for speeding, but for standing on a side road where we were looking for more speeding cops. And when our producers started shooting these pictures...
Sir, I want to advise that it's illegal to take pictures or photographs on a parkway.
Is it?
It's illegal.
A parking ticket, a ticket for taking pictures, even a ticket for the wrong address on a driver's license. Then we got the same treatment in the next county, where we caught Trooper Hector Hernandez flying faster than anyone we've seen.
I got a 95, and wait a minute, 95? And then I looked in the mirror, and sure enough, he was coming down a hill at 95 miles an hour.
Now, Hernandez had spotted our radar car earlier in the day, but as we were clocking him later, he spotted it again, and this time pulled it over. I pulled over, too, to find out just why Hernandez was doing 95. He told me he always does that to calibrate his speedometer.
I'm just amazed that on a regular basis you'd be doing 90 to check your speedometer. It would seem as though there'd be a safer way to check speedometers than to get on a public highway.
That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, sir. Why don't you have a seat in your car? I don't want
Well,
anybody...
pretty soon there was a whole little team of troopers, including a sergeant who decided more tickets were in order. One for the radar car. Obstructed vision was the charge.
If this obstructs my vision, how come it doesn't obstruct your vision?
See, a police vehicle is exempt from that.
And one for me just for stopping to report what's going on.
The police departments we focused on in Broward County, Florida, and in New York say they will be investigating. Of course, that's what they told us the last time. Up next, a dramatic rescue as stolen children are reunited with their mother. And later on, movie star Sean Young tours one of the most expensive vacation spots on Earth.
When you go in the water, you leave everything else behind. There aren't any agents or lawyers.
We owe too much to get rid of it.
Yeah, but I'm so sick of looking at it.
Yeah, we knew what we were getting into when we bought it. We knew we'd probably be having repair bills before it was paid for.
I hate it. I know. I'll get over it.
Stuck with payments and repair bills on an old car? Well, here's how to get out from under them today with 2.9% APR financing and up to $1,500 cash back on GeoStorm.
Hey, look at this.
Right now at your Heartland Chevrolet Geo dealers.
On special nights you'll see a sight that makes a grown man cry. They're pumping sweet on tiny feet. Shellfish in the sky. Crustaceans from on high.
Candle Company presents steak, shrimp, and Alaskan snow crab. Only $9.95. But not for long.
Your Daily 3 ticket could be your second chance to win. So send it in to the Daily 3 Spin. It's another shot at winning thousands of dollars, and it comes around twice a week. So watch the Daily 3 Spin every Monday and Thursday during the Daily 3 Drawing Show. Send it in and go for the spin.
When both Consumer's Digest and Kiplinger's Personal Finance magazine named Pontiac Bonneville as one of 1992's best cars, we weren't surprised. We weren't surprised because Bonneville exemplifies Pontiac's dedication to quality and safety. Now, with 48-month financing as low as 3.9%, we won't be surprised if you name Bonneville as your best new car value, because now you can save almost $3,000 in finance charges alone. See your Pontiac Excitement dealers today.
Hometown Yellow Pages, auto glass specialists.
We're the guys in the little red trucks.
On the bird in 10 minutes.
Groups of stolen children.
There he is. Let me get him.
Go, get.
Inside a daring international raid to rescue stolen kids.
Swift is in. Chicago, we're coming to you first. Audio check. 1, 2. Then to LA.
The few friends that I have in Hollywood, they're always...
They're going to take us inside.
They are racing across the country at breakneck speeds, causing accidents, injuries, and deaths, and no one is stopping them. Why? They're cops, speeding for no good reason, and they think they're above the law.
Are you on patrol? Are you on your way home? Or on the way home, but I got to go to school at 6 o'clock. You go to school at 6 o'clock?
Today, Steve Wilson wants to know what will it take to stop them.
2, 1.
Just go in, find out where they're at, grab them, and come back.
They are making a plan to abduct 2 kids, but these people aren't kidnappers, they are the parents.
On sale now. Duraflat latex is just $11.98 a gallon. And for a tough finish inside or out, spread floor latex enamel is just $13.99 a gallon. Save on quality Glidden paints from Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Auto Blast Special. specialist.
We're in your